I love automating everything, and that's why I really love the fact that Streamer.bot has integration with IFTTT. And if you don't know what IFTTT is, it is if this, then that. IFTTT has a lot of amazing applets that are available to use, but being able to integrate Streamer.bot with this has made things so much more fun for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I use Streamer.bot, my Google Drive, and IFTTT together to automatically post to Facebook and Twitter. So let's get started. So for this example, I'm going to go ahead and use my Nerdcast Battlers, which is my sort of collector card game thing that I use. It just randomly generates a bunch of different cards. But in here, I have my action, and I make sure that, it runs like it's supposed to for everything that I need to make it happen. Now, what I like to do is I like to use the Discord webhook to make sure that it automatically posts to Discord. And in the network Discord server, I have where it automatically posts all the cards that get redeemed during my stream. And it goes through the details, who redeemed it, its stats, and generating all that randomly. And that is just one way you can use an OBS capture. If you've figured out how to get videos to upload properly and the timing on it and everything, if you can figure that out, let me know in the comments, because God, I want to know how to do that and make it work right. So here I'll have where it'll save that card image into a local folder to go ahead and post to Discord later. Now, additionally, I have a second one that happens after the webhook, and this actually then saves to my Google Drive that I have connected to my PC. And then at the bottom, we have an IFTTT advanced notification that automates the posting of that to my Facebook and Twitter. So here, let's go ahead and take a look at the IFTTT, which is down at integrations and at IFTTT. Now, you'll notice there is an advanced and a basic. A basic notification will work for something as simple as just posting text. But if you want to post pictures and maybe have a little bit more to work with, you can do the advanced notification. Now, what will happen is it comes up just like this. So the event name, we would need to name it something. So we'll call it YouTube. Now, the name is the name of the argument you're going to use, and I'll call this, we'll just say test. The value, this is what you're going to post as maybe a variable that you're getting, or maybe you have a full way of saying things that you want to have posted. Now, in the case of my IFTTT notification, I have here the value of the Google Drive location. This I found wasn't necessary, but I have this here in case I need it. But argument 2, I have as a variable of all text. And what this variable is going to populate with is this argument, where I have set the value saying live on Twitch, the user has added the result of what happened, and it's added to their deck. Come claim yours now! And then I have the hashtag Nerdcast Battlers, hashtag Twitch, and I go from there. So one thing you can do to really spice this up would be to add it to a group. And in this group, you would add a whole bunch of different sayings to it, and then you would come down and do random. This way, you can randomize the text however you would want to, and you can have multiple different sayings, making it a more unique post each time, which is just going to make it seem like you're actually posting it rather than it's just automatically posting. And this is something I still need to spend time doing myself. So this way, with this variable of all text, I then can just plug that in right here to argument 2, and whatever this variable is what we can pull from. Now, a handy thing is you can go up to 5 different variables to input to this. You cannot, unfortunately, go past 5 because, well, IFTTT doesn't exactly see that. And we'll get to that and we'll show you how that works. But the next step that we're going to have to do is make sure that we have our photos being saved to a Google Drive. And there's a reason why you're going to want to use Google Drive for this. It's because IFTTT has Google integrations into Google Drive, Google Calendar, and many other things. So with uploading your picture to your Google Drive, this is a way we can make sure that picture is going to automatically post out exactly like you would want it to. So here into Google Drive, I have already set mine up for a computer, but to make sure that you can do this yourself, if you go to the cogwheel, you can see Get Drive for Desktop. And you would want to download this. And so all you're going to do is you're going to download this, and you're going to link the Google Drive with the email that you want. Once you've successfully installed it, you will see that Google Drive becomes a hard drive on your PC. And then you can simply go to My Drive, and I add my folders here, and as you can see, all my uploads put in here, and they're stored and ready to go, and they will be automatically posted because of IFTTT and the integration we get. A handy thing to note is that with Google Drive being installed onto your desktop, this makes it easier for you to transfer files from one computer to another. I've actually used this for my OBS when it comes to moving from my main setup on my desktop PC and moving to my laptop. So what you would want to do is you would just want to create a folder within the Google Drive that you're going to post to. And do take note of what you are naming it. So for our Nerdcast Battlers that we're using as the example, I have named the folder Battlers. We're going to need to remember this as we go. So next we're going to go to IFTTT.com. Now with IFTTT, you do need to know a couple things before getting started. If you go to plans, these are the plans that are available. Now, there is absolutely a free version of this, and you get 2 applets, which if you're not going to want to post too many things, 2 will be just fine. You'll have the standard speeds, which sometimes can take a few minutes for it to actually load through and post. But what I have done is I've actually upgraded to one of the Pro plans. Now, this is the yearly cost, so it would be $35 a year for the Pro or $150 annually for Pro Plus. Depending on your needs, one of these might make more sense, but the Pro is actually pretty solid for the simple reason it will give you the access to Twitter. And having access to Twitter is going to be very valuable for what we're doing. And the webhooks, in case you want to connect stuff to your Discord, you can do that this way as well. And having 20 applets, honestly, that's probably going to be enough for you. Once you're into IFTTT and you've logged in, you're going to want to go up to your account. And what you need to do is you need to come down to My Services. In here, you will have a list of different things you can log into to manage your IFTTT things. So if you wanted to connect your Discord with a Discord integration, come up to Settings, and here, this is where you would log in, or if it's not working correctly or it disconnected, you can always hit the reconnect and it'll re-sign everything in. So here I'm relinking with IFTTT, I click my server and we authorize, and now we are back and connected. So if any one of your services should get disconnected from IFTTT, it's really that simple as to go in and just reconnect the account. Sometimes it does log you out, particularly Facebook. Facebook is very famous for making you have to re-sign in over and over again for some reason. Here we have the Streamer.bot integration, Twitch, Twitter, various other things. So for the Streamer.bot, when we go to settings, you're going to log in as you would with the Streamer.bot website with your Discord. This is essentially connecting you straight to the Streamer.bot website. But the Streamer.bot website is actually just the middleman kind of making sure that your action is going to Streamer.bot and then over to IFTTT and then IFTTT. I say this every time. Basically what's happening is your Streamer.bot is then sending the information to the Streamer.bot website, and then the Streamer.bot website is sending it over to IFTTT, and then it's triggering. But again, you have the option of doing something like integrating your Twitch, and there are plenty of different integrations that are already made from other people that you can use for your own purposes, such as automatically posting to Twitter and Facebook page when you start a Twitch stream. However, this does require a Pro license. So I've logged into mine, and what I would do is go up to My Applets. Now here, as you can see, I have created a host of different applets that I'm using for all my streaming purposes in various different ways. Here's the one for my battlers. If notified by Streamer.bot with the event name Battlers, then upload a photo from the URL on OSUPhoenix. That's the generic title it gives it, but let's take a look at what I've actually set it up to do. So let's go ahead and set up the battlers as if it was a brand new one. So we'll go to create. So first, if something happens, we're going to, from this one particular program, this is what's going to trigger everything as if it was Streamer.bot. So let's add here, we can do all services, and we can just type streamer, S-T-R-E-A-M. So you can just type stream, and as you can see what pops up, there's even Twitch integrations if you need it, but we're going to Streamer.bot. Now here on Streamer.bot, we need to make sure we're choosing the correct button for this. So if you just chose the basic IFTTT notification, this is what you would use. This is the reason why we're going to use the advanced notification. So in here, we have the event name, Battlers. Now what we're going to be able to do with this trigger is we're going to get the argument names as well as the values. We'll be able to access everything we've put in here, up to 5 of them. So argument 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 plus the values of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So whatever you need to do to kind of shrink it down into 5 values, you're going to need to do beforehand. So then we just create the trigger. So when this goes off, we have things happen. To pull up the picture that we are saving, we can come down here and where it says query, we just hit the plus. In here, we're just gonna type in Google, and then you'll see we have access to the Google Sheets, Google Drive, Google Contacts, Google Calendar, Google Docs, Google Wi-Fi, and Google Tasks. So you have access to actually quite a bit of things. But what we're going to use is the Google Drive. Now, here is what we can pull from when it comes to Google Drive. What we're going to be doing is a history of photos uploaded in your folder. Now, from here, we do need to choose the drive path. So when we pull up the drive, like we had before, what we're going to need to do is put this exact folder name. I call the folder Battlers. This is what it would be. If there was a folder within that, we would add the slash, and then we would just put in another folder. And this is how you would find it. The deeper your folders go, the more you have to add to it. I tend to separate everything into just individual folders, so this way all I have to do is put in the one word and we're good to go. Then I just come down here and hit create query. And so now if the Streamer.bot action is triggered and there is a new photo in the folder, then we can proceed. Now, one thing I do recommend is a delay for the action, and this just gives some time for things to process and post correctly, because not always is it going to work. I add this delay as just a kind of buffer to make sure that the picture gets uploaded to Google Drive and will post correctly. And I add about 2 minutes, which is usually plenty of time for my internet, to make sure that we get this posted correctly. Then we can come down to then that. And here we will come and find in Twitter, and we have the option to post a tweet with an image, and update profile picture. Now the update profile picture is actually pretty handy if you were somebody who wanted to change your profile picture anytime you went live. Take it as you will. But we're gonna use post a tweet with an image. And in here you have your account. Now it's automatically gonna fill event name triggered by Streamer.bot. I don't want that. So I'm going to get rid of that, and here you can come down to add ingredient. Now with add ingredient, you'll see we have argument 4 name, 5 name. These don't ever populate in order for some reason, but I know I want the value of argument number 2, because in here, argument number 2 has all the text I want to post for my tweet. So argument value number 2, pop that in there. Now, this is going to populate with everything that I have written Streamer.bot. Now, if you want to add anything after that, you can. Just remember that you need to pay attention to the amount of characters you're trying to put into the tweet. If you put too much, it will not post. Next up, we have image URL. Where is the picture coming from? So in here, we again go to add ingredient, and this is still showing Streamer.bot. Well, if you go to this drop down right here, you can come down to the history of photos uploaded from your folder. And here, all we need to put in is the photo URL. Once we've got those in, we just create the action. So now, anytime that we have triggered the Battler's notification and we have the picture put into the file, it'll wait 2 minutes, then it will post a tweet to Twitter. Now, I don't want to stop there because I have more than one social media. So let's add more. So next up, I'm gonna go to Facebook because, yeah, Facebook, that's a thing. Now, as you'll see, some of these have been blocked out, and these used to work, they don't work anymore. Facebook is very controlling on what they want to do. But we have access to Facebook pages, which if you've created a page for your content, this is the way to go. So for Facebook pages, we have create a status message, create a link post, and upload a photo from the URL. Well, this is what I'm going to choose. And in here, we get to do about the same thing. So the message, we're just going to delete and add our argument to value. Our photo URL we'll find our history of photos and the photo URL. Now, additionally, Facebook gives you the ability to add albums. So if you're like me and you like to make sure that everything kind of stays nice and organized, even though I am probably the most disorganized person there is, on Facebook, I do have separate albums for each thing that gets posted. So here on Facebook, you'll see I have where these are getting automatically posted when they happen, including my achievements, leaderboards, that I have been putting together, and I make sure that my community members get shouted out. But if I come over to albums, you'll see here I have one for the leaderboards, the Nerdcast Battlers, subscription receipts, Polaroids, secret achievements coming soon, my motivational posters, and anytime somebody donates to stack up, and I can make a whole bunch of folders for this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this already created. So here's the Nerdcast Battlers album, and this is what I need to enter in exactly into IFTTT. The album name is Nerd Battlers. And just double check, make sure you have capitalization, punctuation, whatever, make sure it's identical. And then once we have that, we create the action, and now it's going to post to both Twitter and Facebook. If you want to see if there are any other social medias that you have and you want to connect, you just click on the social media tab, and here you can actually then flip through and see where all you can post. But if this is all you wanted, just like I do, you would just hit continue. Then you can name it however you want, such as Nerdcast Battlers Auto Post, and then we hit finish. Now, one of the things you're gonna see is that this is connected. If you ever wanted to turn it off, all you have to do is click on this. Now it's disconnecting, and now this will not run. But I want to leave it connected because this is what I like. So it's connecting to Streamer.bot, it's connecting to everything it needs to, and it's fully connected. You also have the option of getting a notification when this runs via email. You can also make sure that if it fails to run and it's not auto-posting, you can make sure that you click that and get notified anytime one of them has not posted. Now, if you need to check to see if there were errors, you can go to the view activity and you can see all the different times it was triggered, and if there is one that had a problem, you would be able to see what happened. And then of course, if you are a generous person and you built something that can be more universal for people and you want them to be able to use the integration you have built, you can also click on the publish and make it to where anybody could use this if they wanted to. The only reason I don't publish anything that's made by Streamer.bot because they are specifically tailored to my stream. And it wouldn't make sense for me to publish it to people who can't use it for anything. Now, something that does wind up happening from time to time is, unfortunately, the pictures don't load, like this one here. This was supposed to be one of my subscriber receipts that did not load to Facebook. And this is what comes up. Now, when this happens, this is an alternative method I would do to give plenty of time to make sure the picture gets uploaded in time for the posting. So in Streamer.bot, what we would want to do is come to settings, we would come over to timed actions, and then we would create a new timed action. And what this is basically going to be is posting automatically whatever it is that we're having IFTTT push out. We'll go ahead and turn off enabled and repeat. So in here, I'm gonna set it for 10 minutes, which would be 600 seconds, and then I'm going to hit OK. Now, with this auto post, what we're going to do then is go to actions, and under our main action at the end, instead of having this, this wouldn't be here. Instead, we'd come up to core, we'd come down to timers, and we'd do set timer state. And we're gonna take the auto post and we're gonna hit enable. Now, let's say this ITT isn't here, we're using this method. So when we have the auto post, what we need to have happen is the send to IFTTT. This is where we would actually move that action. So here it is, the Nerdcast Battlers. We would have all the information as we did in the previous one. And what we would do is come down, core, timed actions. Here, we would put the auto post and we hit OK. Once our main action would end, it would trigger that timer. When the 10 minutes is up, that's when we send the notification for IFTT to then trigger the posting. This way it gives your picture plenty of time to get uploaded to your Google Drive for IFTTT to be able to pull it and send it out. Now, you can't just leave it like this. We would also have to go in, add a delay, maybe of just 1 second. In our core, we go down to timers, set the timer state, go back to the auto post, and then disable. This way, once this action runs, it's just going to turn this off until the next time we have something that needs to be posted. Now, one of the problems with this method is that then not everything that is going to get posted, only some of the stuff is going to get posted. So if you need to, you may have to create a couple different timers, or you may have to figure out another method, but you have to, or maybe just 10 minutes is too long. However this goes, figuring out the timing is going to be the part that's going to be the most headache-inducing. is the only way I can really kind of describe that. But it's all a matter of the upload speed you have available, how fast that you're able to upload to Google Drive and have it sync with the picture so that way it's available to auto post out. Now, is this the most efficient way of auto posting? Maybe not, but it works. And honestly, it's better than nothing because, you know, if you're like me and you just like to do these kinds of things and shouting out people and doing it in real time and making sure it's out on all sorts of different social media channels, this is perfect. Even if these do not really gain any traction when it comes to Twitter, Facebook, or wherever I'm posting them, I still like to give my viewers a shout out, a thank you of some form. The receipts is by far one of the best things that I've done because this way I get to say thank you to every single person in some way, shape, or form for subscribing, resubscribing, gifting subs, and putting it out there for everyone to see that, hey, this person has been amazing and is part of my community and I couldn't be prouder. I love creating all this kind of wacky stuff and really weird ways of doing things, but I mean, it's just fun for me. And I always come up with this stuff, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel because I'm sure I'm going to come up with more wacky, crazy things for you guys to be able to do with your streams. So, that's all I got for you today. Hope you had fun with it. I'll see you on the next video.